Hi, I'm Sierra from Anime Beauty by S&B, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you guys the story of how I got diagnosed with benign intracranial hypertension. Now, I know that's a big word and you guys are probably wondering what the heck that is. Just quick little disclaimer, I'm in no way a professional, so if you feel like you have any of these symptoms that I will be talking about later, then please see your doctor. Don't watch this video and think that I'm giving medical advice, because I'm not. I'm just telling you the story of how I got diagnosed. So basically what benign intracranial hypertension is, from what I understand, again, not a professional, is there's a buildup of pressure in my brain. I believe it comes from spinal fluid, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, so I had an accident at work where I was cleaning out the bottom of a garbage pail with this hose that had like these chemicals in it, cleaning chemicals, and when I put the hose into the bottom of the garbage pail, it sprayed up and splashed into my eye. So I ended up having to get my eye washed out for like 20 minutes, and then I still hurt a lot. So my manager was like, "Oh, go to the hospital, get it cleaned, like make sure you're okay, and then call back later and tell us how you are." So then I went to the hospital, they cleaned out my eye and everything. They were like, "Well, it looks good considering you got these chemicals in your eye, but we want you to now see an eye doctor. We want you to get your eyes tested, and then, we want you to do another checkup." So I went to the eye doctor, which was just like a normal eye doctor. It was the one that you go to see to get glasses, which I need glasses as well, but anyways. So I went to the eye doctor and he was looking at my eyes and he's like, "Okay, so the thing that worries me is I can't actually see your optic nerve, which isn't normal. Your optic nerve is the nerve behind your eyes. You should be able to see it." And he's like, "I can't see yours." And he showed me a picture of my eye and my optic nerve versus a picture of what it's actually supposed to look like, and it looked like you couldn't see the optic nerve. So he's like, "I want you to go to an ophthalmologist. Here's one in the same building. I'll give you his number, and we'll set you up for an appointment." So I went, and it turned out that my optic nerve was actually so swollen that it looked like you couldn't see it, because you couldn't like differentiate between the optic nerve and the rest of whatever else is back there. I don't know, because it was so big. So my ophthalmologist was like, "Okay, so what you have is benign intracranial hypertension." And I remember just being like, really? All of this from a chemical in my eye, which seemed like such a bad thing, but honestly, now that I think about it, I'm so thankful that happened, because I've noticed I've started getting a lot more headaches lately, which is one of the side effects, and who knows, that could just be because I know that I have it, so now I'm expecting it. But at the same time, I remember a while ago, a couple years ago, I was getting headaches so bad that I would literally fall to the floor and I couldn't move because I was in so much pain, and it went away after a while, so I just didn't think anything of it, which, again, another disclaimer: if that happens to you, please go see a doctor. If you fall to the floor in pain, see a doctor. But anyway, so I'm so thankful that happened, because who knows where I would have been in a year or two if I hadn't gotten this dealt with. Now, the frustrating thing is I have to wait a while before I can go and see a bunch of specialists, and I have to have CT scans done and a bunch of other things that I don't know what the next step for me is. So it's still very, very scary, but I'm just glad that I'm able to get it dealt with. Not that, I might have it for the rest of my life, but at least now I know what it is and I can work towards managing it. Anyway, so that is my story of how I got diagnosed with benign intracranial hypertension. Now, once I know a little bit more about this disease and I start going to see more specialists and learning a bit more about what's going to happen next, I can definitely take you guys on that journey with me. So if any of you end up being diagnosed with it in the future or know someone that's suffering with it, they can kind of know what to expect next. Anyways, I love you. Cheers!